Well, this is certainly a lot of fun. It's Billy and Dead.
Hello.
Yo.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, good. Good.
Are you good?
I'm fucking fantastic.
Fantastic.
This has been it's a long time, isn't it? Since you were doing some of these?
Since the summer?
Yeah. Well, yeah. But before then, it was quite some time, wasn't it?
A little bit of time between drinks, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 20 years.
Mm.
I have the exact number. We'll go into that a bit later. But who was the first person to reach out and kind of go like, "Hi guys, maybe we should look at this again"?
Dave, who's not here, or indeed in the band. I mean, does anyone else want to elaborate on the story? Or shall I? Okay, fine. Dave is an old friend of ours. He used to tech for us and stuff, and he was reading a Buffy the Vampire Slayer spin-off ebook. I only understand about 1 in 3 of these words. Called Spike. Is that right? Anyone? Something like that.
No idea.
Anyway, there's a scene in it where Spike has to go somewhere in a hurry to get to the Million Dead reunion show, and Dave took a picture of this and put it on an email thread with band members and just with like "lol" written on it. And for the first time in probably 20 years, we were all in the same kind of conversation arena. And it was, initially everyone was like, "Oh, that's nice," and then it was like, "How are you? What are you up to?" I think the news that you'd moved back to England was one of the big turning points for me.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'd been away from England for over 10 years, so it just sort of...
Yeah. Well, then it was suddenly like, well, we could all actually be in the same room. Do you know what I mean? And then we were. And then we did a reunion tour.
Is it you keep skipping the crucial bit?
Yeah. Well,
Is that on purpose?
Why didn't you tell that story?
Okay, good. I love this because I do love it. So I witnessed Ben and Frank. They were on Instagram posting some pissed pictures up. I was like, thinking, oh, they're hanging out and having a drink. That's nice. And I was like, they do look quite drunk. Fine. And then I received a message the next morning. I thought, I know what this is about. Because I'm like going, they've had a chat. They've had some drinks. And it was, it was really quite lovely, actually, because they know me very well, and they knew what I was going to say, and they're like, hey, so we were chatting. I'm like going, yeah, I know, you were hanging out last night, and they said, yeah, how do you feel about maybe doing Million Dead? And I'm like, you know my answer to that. So it was just, for me, it was a yes, and then it kind of went from there, didn't it? So I was up for it, and then, like we said before, the stars were aligned because Cam was back in the country, and we went out for a drink.
And then we went out for a pint.
Yeah, just to see how it would feel socially, and then got into a rehearsal room to see how that felt.
Yeah, and I said, Simon Wilson is going to interview us, and everyone else said, fuck, yeah, that's absolutely
That was
That was the selling point.
It
That's
was.
what really, Voice FM was the thing that like tipped the dial.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Can't take it back now, even if it's a lie. When you all got back into a room together and started playing, how did it all just come like flooding back? Like, how easy was it to start playing again? Or was it a case of like really have to relearn everything again?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I mean, it's been 20 years since we played these songs, and I mean, we've all sort of kept playing in different formats, but there was a lot of things to relearn, and I had to learn from the second album, songs I didn't know at all. So, it took a while. We've spent quite a bit of time in the rehearsal room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had a bit of a moment of thinking. Before the first practice I went down to, I was quite cocky about it, and I was like, it's all they're in there somewhere, the lyrics, they just come flooding back to me. And I was getting on the tube to go to rehearsal, and I thought, I'll just have a quick listen through to the songs to just re-familiarise myself, and got like half a song in and was like, I don't know fucking any of this. And furiously started Googling my own lyrics. For quite, until reasonably recently, I've had lyric sheets on stands in practice rooms.
There is a lot of lyrics with the songs. And
some of them I'm like, oh, this is really cool, and I'm really proud of them. Some of them are like, what the living fuck are you talking about? But that's okay. Some of them I was 19 when I wrote them, and that was a long time ago now.
It was.
Yeah.
Are there any songs then with that sort of thing in mind that you're like, when you've played them, like, we don't want to play this anymore?
There's been a couple.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all got quite confused. Well, I don't know about anybody else. I got quite confused when we started trying to run The Kid's Gonna Love It, because it's a really stoppy-starty song.
Well, yeah. I mean, as with any band, a couple of us will like certain things and others won't like it, and you go back through all those same negotiations again, I guess. But
yeah, I like the song. The other thing is it's a straight edge anthem, which, given my life history since then, is pretty funny. Yeah. But I mean, we're not playing every song. We haven't played every song that we wrote as a band, and we're not gonna. And I'm sure that there are some people who will be furious at some omissions from the set list.
That's always the case.
Yes.
Yeah. But also, when you guys started having those conversations about, doing Million Dead again, was it always a case of, let's do like a reunion show and give Million Dead the send-off it deserved, or is it a case of, let's see what happens when we get in a rehearsal room, whether this has got some life left in it and there's a new future in Million Dead? Or was it always a case of, we wanted to kind of do this and say goodbye properly?
Yeah, for me, it's a goodbye properly. It's just, come full circle, and it's the end, that I think it deserved. We all were so passionate about it and put so much effort into it back in the day, and it's so nice to see that people are still interested, and obviously because Frank's been doing what Frank does, and that's, I think, a big part of keeping it alive as well. And because I just think when it comes to, say, a new future, that's difficult because, again, I just don't want it to be contrived or forced. And, we always say never say never, but we just all write so differently now. So I know in the previous question, I was thinking, when I was relearning my bass lines from Million Dead days from over 20 years ago, I had moments as well. I was thinking, what is that? And I would never write like that. But there's a really lovely naivety in it as well. I was thinking, I didn't know much about music at the start. I was just going with the feel. And that's what makes it special, because I was thinking I wouldn't write like that now, because over the years I've been in Future of Left for quite a while, and that's a very different sounding band, so I've gotten used to that. But it's just so nice to, give it this lovely, send off. 20 years later. I mean, that's my take on it. I don't know if people want to add.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a great opportunity to sort of get a chance to come back and play the songs again, and I think, from my perspective, rebuild the relationships a bit. I certainly, when I left, it wasn't leaving in a great sort of situation. Yeah. As it happens, when you're young, you put a lot, like Jules said, you put a lot of effort and everything into it, and it just kind of, when it doesn't work out, it just sort of goes a bit worse. So, we many of us didn't have a lot of contact over those 20 years, so it's been nice to sort of get back and first and foremost, sort of rekindle friendships together, and also I think remember that we had a lot of really good songs, and they sound really cool, and there's some really good moments in that. So it's been nice to do that. I've sort of gone off and played lots of different types of music as well, and often in the back of my mind sort of thought, it was sort of diminished, I guess, the sound of the stuff that we'd had in the past, but actually it's been nice to sort of come back and remind myself of how cool it still sounds.
Yeah, I think a big part of it for me is kind of a slightly kind of, thank you, slightly kind of,
you're welcome,
loving sort of pride almost, and because we were all pretty fucking young. I mean, when we did the band the first time around, and we've all, as people have said, gone to other places, done other things, but we can all kind of go, yeah, we did this and it was cool, and some people still care all those years later, and it's just kind of a lovely thing to be able to kind of stand next to it and go, yeah, we did this. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And, we've done 2 shows so far, and they were both a lot of fun, particularly 2000 Trees, which also, incidentally, in terms of the origin story of all this, that was quite a big thing. James, I made the error of mentioning to James from 2000 Trees that we'd had a pint, I think. I'm not sure we'd even had a rehearsal at that point. And he sent an offer through to play the festival, like, the following Monday. And we all sort of looked at each other and were like, well, this is the kind of shit or get off the pot moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, are we actually going to do this? Yeah. But yeah, that show was, I thought, totally magic. Do you know what I mean? And like, we got to, again, be proud of a thing that we all did a long time ago, but we did it. No one else did.
Yeah, the energy in the crowd at 2003 was amazing. You could feel it. It was awesome. But yeah, it's like you said though, like, when you're 20, you think you kind of know everything when you really don't. Like, looking back, most 20-year-olds haven't got their shit together. So it's quite nice to be able to come back now, level-headed, rekindle, and actually, say goodbye properly. I quite like that.
Yeah,
The
I
fact that
mean,
not a
you
lot
know-
of bands get to do that.
Julia and I were a little bit older than 20. Then, but, you know,
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. He was,
Still in our
21.
in our 20s.
We were in our 20s.
Yeah.
Right, Frank will know this, but I always like to do a game with the band, and I came up with this this game as soon as you guys got back together before anything actually happened, and it's who wants to be a million dead air? It's slightly different from ITV, so don't sue me. There's only one prize, which is at the top, so there's no banking. You either win it or you don't, and
Because we're playing against each other.
oh no, all together
Oh,
for £1 million or £1 million ish.
Oh,
right. Could be 45 million quid.
I think so, yeah.
Imagine if we actually won. Then you don't get a
kicking
cup
himself.
because you're not part of the interview.
So there's only 5 questions. They're all loosely based around what has happened since you guys were a band or weren't a band and things. As always, there's 4 options. That is it. Right. So the first one is, what took longer / had a bigger gap? Is it the difference between Million Dead's last show and the reunion show at the Joiners? Is it between Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick? Or is it between Pink Floyd, The Division Bell and The Endless River? Or is it the time it took to build the pyramids?
what was the question?
So which one took longer?
Yeah, which one took longer?
I mean, can I answer that question?
Really?
The pyramids.
Surely be pyramids.
You might want to reconsider.
Oh, okay.
You want to get the first question.
All the pyramids, you're saying?
Yeah, but
From
I
the
mean,
from the first pyramid to the last?
Yeah, exactly. The pyramids.
It's an unclear question, my
Look, look,
friend.
look. This is what Google told me earlier, right?
Right,
So
Fine.
Maybe Top Gun.
I would maybe lean this way.
Tom, nominate Fowler.
I'd say the Top Gun option, the difference between Top Gun and Maverick.
Final answer?
Let's go with it.
Yes, it's correct. 36 years.
I'm definitely going to be independently verifying that. later on.
Apparently, it took 20 years to build the pyramids. I don't know.
I mean, to build
All
a
of them?
pyramid.
A pyramid.
Yeah, we'll
You
take that.
said the pyramids.
So that's what.
You did
that-
indeed.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think we got right.
You did. Yeah.
We win.
It was 19 years, 9 months, and
Closer in time to the iPhone issues too.
Thanks, darling.
Thank you.
it was 19 years, 9 months, and 17 days between your shows.
Yeah. Say that again.
19 years, 9 months, and 17 days between the 2 Joiners shows. Right, question 2.
And no milk. Sorry about that. Thank you. No milk. I've got an allergy.
What was better for music this year? Was it the Joiners moving into community ownership, AI music, gigs costing more than a holiday, or TikTok?
Definitely AI.
What was better for me?
Yeah, what's better for music?
I mean, I'm sort of
Joiners.
legally obliged to say the Joiners because I'm an MVT patron.
There you go.
Yes.
But Cam says AI as a
Well, you know, I'm happy to be sort of.
I'm taking the
Overruled
Joiners
with
as final answer, and yes, that was the
It's
best
like you're
thing.
trying to give us 45 million quid.
Yeah, I mean, you probably got to win anything, but we'll find out. Right, since September 2005, who has released more albums? Is it A, Blink-182, B, Million Dead, C, Deftones, or D, Evanescence?
Oh, Jesus.
Between the last.
Wait, so hold on.
Deftones?
Blink-182, Million Dead, Deftones, or Evanescence?
Probably Deftones.
Deftones?
That's quite regular. They do
Deftones.
one every couple of years, don't they?
Deftones?
It's probably not Evanescence because I feel like they were a one and done sort of situation.
Yeah.
Maybe not one, but not many and done.
My gut says Deftones on
Me
that
too.
one.
See, the Deftones
They're
are like
fairly
one and
regular. They've
Kind of
done a
hope that
few, haven't they?
none of them had produced any albums. But
I would go with your guts here. I mean, it seems
two.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Deftones. They've done a few, haven't they?
I know they've done at least 2 that I can think of.
yeah, they've done 6 albums since
God.
September
They're
2005.
They're pretty regular, yeah.
Evanescence have done 4 since then. Yeah,
How many Blink-182 done?
4. I was discounting greatest hits.
Oh, yeah, you got to do that. Yeah.
Right, so we're on to the 4th question, which is, in the last 20 years, who has broken the O2 Arena record for a single concert attendance?
I know this.
Is it A, Radiohead,
Yes.
B, Dua Lipa, let me finish, C, Metallica, and D, Taylor Swift?
It was Radiohead yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah.
At least you
We
can...
read the papers.
Good, well then, yeah, it was Radiohead. 22,000. That's good. I like it.
Really
Right.
good, Yeah.
They're in the round show where the entire band is behind a screen, thereby negating the entire point of the exercise, in my opinion. But anyway.
Right. Well,
the whole show though.
Yeah.
really.
I thought
There's
I
a
saw a
circle.
clip of them clearly not behind a screen, but
The
in
screen's
the
kind of
circle.
translucent. It's in a circle. The screen's around the
Is
stage.
that just a COVID screen?
There you go. Could be.
you just watch a DVD. Anyway, sorry.
Right. The last one for the £1 million. If you want to use a lifeline, whatever they have on their thingy,
Ben's our lifeline.
you might want to try use this one.
Ben, you're our lifeline.
So what happened first? Is it the first 2000 Trees Festival, Million Dead's last show at the Joiners, Muse releasing Absolution, or the first gig that I went to?
Oh, fucking hell. Well, okay, it's definitely...
First.
No, which happened first?
First.
Yeah, so it could be Absolution. It's definitely not...
How old are you?
I'm 37. I had to check my own age. then.
Yeah, right. I mean, what I would say is that it's definitely not 2000 Trees, because 2000 Trees started after we broke up as a band.
Yeah.
that's true.
So it's not that. So Absolution...
That was at 2003, was it? That came out, maybe?
Yeah. Okay, so it's
thinking?
definitely... So it's not our last show either.
No.
So it's either Absolution and what's the other one?
The first gig that I went to.
I'd say,
First... I think it's got to be the first gig you
yeah.
went to.
You must have gone to one when you're
Younger than that.
early teens or whatever. You know,
Is that what we're going for? Locking in D?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
What was your first gig?
It was Kitty at the Wedge.
There you go.
Kitty!
Yeah,
At the Wedge!
at the Wedge. The opening band was Shadows Fall, and then it went into Sixth, and then Kitty. That's the only gig that I remember every single band that was on the lineup because it was the first gig I went to.
Wow.
So, who wants £1 million?
Tom, I think
Cameron?
you should...
Cameron,
Well, I think it's
There you go. Has anyone got a coin? Do you need a coin for these things?
Yeah.
You do.
Or a guitar pick would do, I think.
I've got a guitar. I've got a guitar right here.
Okay, sorry. Back to the interview. What's happening?
Yeah, so-
if we win 45 million quid, this interview's over, right?
Is the tour still going ahead?
Yes. Yeah. I'm just going to buy all the remaining tickets.
Yeah, so this is...
But I think you've got to match more than one.
Yes.
What's happening?
Right, so the tour,
Yes.
very much looking forward to it. And
Yeah.
obviously this is it for you guys. So
I mean, as Jules said earlier, never say never and all the rest
Yeah,
of it. But I mean, at the same time, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think that we're currently going out on a high. We've got
Yeah.
Lecture Ballroom sold out. London, if anywhere was our hometown as a band.
Yeah.
And three of us still live there, and it's a classic venue. It's sold out. It's going to be the biggest headline show we've ever played as a band. And personally, I would not be all that keen to then sort of play third on the main stage of the festival as the last show.
Yeah.
That would just be a bit like damp squibby kind of vibe. So I think it probably is, but I mean, at the same time, if you told me that this was going to happen 2 years ago, I would have thought you were high. So yeah.
But if someone wants to offer us a lot of money for next summer,
45 million quid, for example.
well, if we've got 45 million quid,
Did we win 45 million quid here?
I don't think
Okay,
so. But yeah, no, it's a nice way to end it. And I know there's a lot of people excited for it. And, it's going to be a lot of fun. Like tonight's going to be a lot of fun. So looking forward to
yeah.
it. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
I think we've won a fiver.